Hello again, it's time for Game of the Week. I'm a little behind because of Christmas, so I'm a little late posting this. I actually edited this on the night of Christmas, but I was way too tired to do the audio, so I'm a little late. Game of the Week is Sid Meier's Civilization 5. If you recall, in September I did the demo, but I got it, the full game for Christmas. So we'll take a quick look at the mods. The way the mods work here, there are several tabs, and you can go online and already install them through Civ 5 itself instead of going to some website. And as you can see, there's a little circle box for you to hit enable. So loading mods is far easier than it was in the original game, or sorry, in Civ 4 anyway, which made you reboot the game. Of course, there's multiplayer LAN and multiplayer online. I will warn you with mods, achievements do not count in LAN, multiplayer, or mods. So if you're going for achievements, you have to play the actual game. There's a quick look at the DLCs there. You see, I have all the DLCs, so I have all the leaders, you know, Washington, and the DLC ones like Spain and Babylon and the Incan. Now, one of the reasons I was late doing this was I had family over, and my older brother actually wanted to play Civ and bought a copy of Civ 5 as well, and so we were playing a LAN game for a while. And if you've ever played Civilization, you know that this game can go is about a minimum 3 hours if you want to do the game even on quick, and can be upwards of 20 depending on the size of the game. And I think we had a 6-7 hour game going, so I didn't have a chance to sit down and do the audio and upload it, unfortunately. But I did have this all cut together, and so we're just going through. You can see the lengths of the game you can set: epic, marathon. As I said, quick, it's 2-3 hours. Marathon, you'll be here for a couple of weeks. So it's a more polished version of Civ 4, but they've significantly changed certain elements. The religion is not there anymore. You can't change a bar. There used to be a bar where you had research and culture in Civ 4, and you could adjust it, like how much money you got each turn, and how much percentage of your money you put into research or culture. You can't do that in this game. There's no status bar like that. And when you say look at the Civilopedia, it's a lot easier to bring up. There's a lot more information. It's more user-friendly. As I said in the demo, it's a lot more approachable. The game also has a lot of advisor options that will help teach people who are new to the game, because it can be daunting originally to play Civ 4. So I'm just showing you kind of like the future era at the end of the game. You can see there's the giant death robot, which is the most powerful unit in the game. And one of the things you notice here, you can't stack units anymore. It's more about bottlenecking in the strategy. So you see I can shift positions, but I cannot have the giant death robot on the same tile as the mechanized infantry. The graphics have a slight upgrade, except for little things I thought were weird, like the rivers. The watercolor is odd compared to the rest. But it's the same basic interface they've had for years. They simply just tweaked the game. Whereas Civ 4 was kind of like the pinnacle of Civ 1, Civ 2, and Civ 3, and all those things. Civ 5 is trying to take the game into a kind of a newer direction and change things, instead of just being a better graphics version of Civ 4. They've tried to make things different. See, also, you don't need as many workers in this game. I will advise people you really only need 1, maybe 2 workers per city, if that, depending on the size of the map. Or they will bump into each other and bottleneck each other, because you can only have 1 non-combat unit on a tile at a time. You could have a tank escort a settler, or escort a worker, and have a combat and non-combat on the same tile, but you cannot have 2 of the same kind. So 2 non-combat or 2 combat on the same tile. Also, a very big difference in this is you don't need to build transports anymore to transfer your troops from place to place. Once you research optics, you can actually move your troops to the water, and I'm going to give you a look at that. I just need to move this destroyer out of the way. You see there's an embark mode, so I'll just get this destroyer to move. Move over here. And then I just take the mech infantry and put it on the water, and there you go. It's its own boat. I will mention that they are extremely vulnerable to attack. Pretty much, if a naval ship intercepts your tank just going through the water, you're dead. You have no chance to win. There's no combat. You pretty much just lose. Another weird thing is because you're not supposed to have as many units as Civ 4, you can't mass upgrade your units, which is strange. You have to pick them individually and hit upgrade. Another thing I thought was very odd, design-wise, was let's say you have some warrior that's just been sitting there. If you want to upgrade it to a tank, you actually have to go, I have to upgrade it to a swordsman, then a long swordsman, then a rifleman, then an infantry, then, whatever, mech infantry. Okay, well, that wouldn't go to a tank, but mech infantry, anyway. Which is odd. If you were in the army, they wouldn't treat you to be a bowman before, learning to drive the tank. So it was kind of an odd choice, design-wise. I'm not sure what that was about. Anyway, we'll look at the scores here. The winning is similar. Domination's a bit odd. There doesn't seem to be a conquest victory, like just kill everyone. There just seems to be domination, which is simply taking their capital, which I found was kind of an odd change. I know they had domination in Civ 4, which was to take a certain amount of the area, percentage-wise. But just take their capitals, I thought was an odd choice. Now we're going to switch to another game here. This is on an Earth map. This was a gigantic game. And as you can see, I'm technologically superior to all these guys. I'm just going to show you like a quick look at the combat here. I wasn't actually at this point ready to attack, but just for the sake of it. Also, another cute little feature is when you contact a Civ, they speak in their native tongue. So Romans will speak Latin, the Germans will speak German. They won't speak everything in their native tongue, but they'll have a little introduction. It's a nice design change.
In search of a western route to China and the Indies. Will they find a new trade route and uncover untold riches from the Asian shores? Or will they perhaps run aground of undiscovered lands along their way? Will native peoples be receptive to the knowledge and trade prospects presented to them? Or will they fight against the invaders of their homeland? What riches, fame, and opportunities await those who brave the unknown waters? What path will you choose? Who will prevail in the struggle for supremacy over this new world?
Anyway, so this is a look at a scenario. Just a quick look. One of the downloadable contents is scenario and then where you get the Incans. So this also, the Incans are DLC only. But I thought it was kind of cheap that some of these civs were in DLCs because they've been in other games, especially Babylon, since that's been a traditional civ since Civ 1. So you look at a little bit of the early gameplay. You have a scout that explores. You have the standard worker, warrior thing going on. It's very approachable, and that's the game of the week. Sorry I'm a bit late, but this is Sid Meier's Civilization 5, and stay tuned for Game of the Year.